This summer, my family went to Whistler Blackcomb. It was sort of like a family reunion. Um, we haven't seen each other in a long time. So um, we went to Whistler and then we went to the Blackcomb gondola, which was the peak to peak gondola. It was really cool. We were able to stop in the middle of it and have some lunch and rest and relax before going on to the second part. It was really neat because the bottom of the gondola was uh, had a window so we could see through it. The views were just amazing. I really loved seeing the snow-capped mountains. I loved going up at an angle and just getting a different perspective on the layout of the land. My pictures aren't necessarily in order, they're all a bit jumbled, so I'm not sure which picture goes with which peak, but I'll just put them all in at once. I had never seen water so turquoise and so beautiful. This is us having lunch before going on to the next peak. Part of the Winter Olympics was held here, I believe, in 2010 or 2008. I can't remember, but that's the reason why the Olympic symbols are there. Oh, while we were having lunch, this cute marmot just came up out of nowhere. I was so thrilled. I've never seen one before. After that, for the rest of the week, we did different things. One place we went to was the Lost Lake. So picturesque. You might think this is weird, or maybe you do the same thing, I don't know. But sometimes when I know that I'm going on a trip that might have wildlife, I will pray and I'll ask God, say, God, just put me wherever you want. Whatever I capture is for your glory. And I remember a long time ago praying for little things in nature that I just don't get to see anymore as an adult. And one of the things I prayed for were tadpoles. And I cannot tell you like how big of an answer to prayer this was, because not only did I get to see tadpoles, I saw a full out tadpole migration, which I've never seen in my whole life. And as you know, wildlife viewings like this are becoming fewer and fewer. So there was a lady there at the sign that I was showing a few clips earlier. I don't know if she was a conservation officer or a park volunteer, but she was in uniform. And she was telling us that this is the western toad species and that they make a large migration across the park. So they go back to where they were born, or they go back to where they are to grow in order to hatch new eggs. I can't remember. But yeah, it's the western toad. And this year's count, breeding pair count, I think was 150. So around, if you imagine 150 breeding pairs with each female producing 15,000 eggs, can you imagine how many tadpoles are in this lake? I was really impressed how the park has been set up to notify and to inform visitors who are swimming. They were aware of where they were walking, and I don't really think you can actually step on the tadpoles because they move quickly. They're very, very aware of their surroundings, and they tend to stay with the group. So it was really cool. Really glad I got to see it. So after a bit of tadpole gazing, I went walking around the lake to see what kind of wildflowers were growing. I was surprised. I came across one I'd never seen before. I had to look it up. It is in the Heather family or the Heath family, which is Ericaceae, I think is how you pronounce it. The indigenous name is Pipsasoa. It comes from the Cree language and it means it breaks into small pieces. Another angiosperm that I found ended up being an invasive plant. This wasn't at Lost Lake, it was at the place that we were staying in the backyard. This one I knew what it was because I've looked it up before a few years ago. This is orange hawkweed. You can find it spread throughout British Columbia. The one I found before was in Castlegar, BC. We also took some time to go into the village and explore. There was this really cool grayish turquoise creek that ran through the middle of the village or part of the village, and it's that color because of the glacial silt. So it's a glacial stream. I wish I got more pictures of the village, but there's several online that you can Google if you're interested. We went to get a coffee at Artigiano. They have incredible Spanish lattes, so if you ever go or ever see one of those coffee shops, get either a hot or cold Spanish latte. You won't regret it. We did a little bit of souvenir shopping. I didn't get too much. I got this one because I thought it was super cute. And my husband and I picked out a Christmas ornament. I can't remember if it was this bear or not. The village has a nice atmosphere. There's lots of people, lots of good places to eat. There was a concert there that we all went to. It was an outdoor concert. Overall, it was a really wonderful, nice vacation. We were able to relax, and if you ever have the chance to go, I definitely recommend it. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed these photos, and happy adventures.